The race session is at Circuit of the Americas, Austin, Texas in Travis County, USA. The wind speed is 2 km/h from the northeast. C.O.T.A is P1. Lungi from Australia is second on softs. Poppy 199 is P3 on softs. Red Devil is P4 on supers. L3 is P5 on supers. Etonic is P6 on ultras. Demon Boost from Australia is 7th on softs. Carrie Smith from Singapore is 8th on supers. 45 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. C.O.T.A is first. Poppy 199 is P2. L3 is fourth. Red Devil is P5. Etonic is 6th. Demon Boost in turn 13 is 8th. Demon Boost is now P6. C.O.T.A from Australia is P2 on softs. Red Devil in pit straight is P4, 0.5 behind Lungi. C.O.T.A on lap 2 is second, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. Red Devil in turn 4 is P4, 0.3 behind Lungi. Huggy 65 in turn 7 is 8th on supers. Best lap is a 152.435. 8.217 off the fastest lap. Huggy 65 lost P8 to Etonic. Red Devil in turn 11 is P4, 0.4 behind Lungi. Carrie Smith is P6 battling L3 Carrie Smith passed L3 for 5th. L3 in turn 13 is P6 on supers, 0.1 behind Carrie Smith. L3 passed Carrie Smith for 5th. Etonic in turn 16 is 6th driving a race sim studio, 0.2 ahead of Carrie Smith. Carrie Smith in turn 20 is P7 driving a race sim studio, 0.2 behind Etnik. Demon Boost in turn 1 is P8 driving a race sim studio, 0.4 behind Carey Smith. Carey Smith in turn 6 is P7, 0.4 behind Etnik. C.O.T.A is second. Best lap is a 1:45.175. 0.957 off the fastest lap. 40 minutes remaining in the session. Demon Boost in turn 12 is 7th, 0.9 behind Etnik. C.O.T.A is P2, 0.4 behind Poppy 199. Lungi is P4, 1.1 behind Red Devil. C.O.T.A from Australia in turn 9 is second, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. Lungi is P4. Best lap is a 1:41.835. 2.845 off the fastest lap. Lungi passed Red Devil for third. Red Devil is fourth on Supers, 0.3 behind Lungi. C.O.T.A is P2, 1.1 behind Poppy 199. Red Devil in turn 1 is P4 driving a race sim studio, 0.8 behind Lungi. C.O.T.A from Australia is P2, 0.6 behind Poppy 199. Red Devil is fourth, 1.4 behind Lungi. Lungi was 2.4 faster last lap. C.O.T.A is P2. Red Devil in turn 1 is P4, 1.6 behind Lungi. Lungi was 0.9 faster last lap. C.O.T.A in turn 10 is second, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. Poppy 199 is second battling C.O.T.A. 35 minutes remaining in the session. Poppy 199 passed C.O.T.A. for P1. C.O.T.A. is second, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. Red Devil is P4 on Supers, 2.1 behind Lungi. C.O.T.A. is P2, 0.9 behind Poppy 199. Poppy 199 was 0.6 faster last lap. Etnic is P7, 2.2 behind Demon Boost. C.O.T.A. is second, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. Lungi is P3, 1.2 behind C.O.T.A. Etnic is P7, 1.9 behind Demon Boost. C.O.T.A. is P3, 2.0 behind Lungi. Red Devil in turn 12 is P4, 2.6 behind C.O.T.A. C.O.T.A. is P3 driving a race sim studio, 2.7 behind Lungi. Red Devil is P4, 3.6 ahead of L3 Thalfort 3. C.O.T.A in turn 11 is P3 driving a race sim studio, 2.0 behind Lungi. Lungi was 2.6 faster last lap. Itanek exiting pits on supers. "30 minutes remaining in the session. Itanek is 9th on supers, 1.5 behind Carey Smith. Itanek passed Carey Smith for PA. C.O.T.A is P3, 1.7 behind Lungi. L3 Thalfort 3 is 5th on supers, 4.1 behind Red Devil. C.O.T.A in turn 11 is 3rd, 1.0 behind Lungi. L3 Thalfort 3 is P5 on supers, 4.1 behind Red Devil. Red Devil was 1.1 faster last lap. C.O.T.A is P3, 0.5 behind Lungi. L3 Thalfort 3 is 5th on supers, 3.4 behind Red Devil. C.O.T.A is 3rd. Best lap is a 1:37.984. 0.060 off the fastest lap. Red Devil is P4, 3.1 behind C.O.T.A. C.O.T.A from Australia is 3rd, 1.2 behind Lungi. L3 Thalfort 3 in turn 20 is 5th, 4.1 behind Red Devil. L3 Thalfort 3 is now P4. C.O.T.A is 5th on mediums. C.O.T.A exiting pits on mediums. C.O.T.A lost 5th to Demon Boost. L3 Thalfort 3 is 4th, 3.7 behind Red Devil. "25 minutes remaining in the session. C.O.T.A is 6th, 0.5 behind Demon Boost. Demon Boost was 1.9 faster last lap. Demon Boost in turn 12 is 6th, 0.4 behind C.O.T.A. L3 Thalfort 3 in pit straight is 4th. Best lap is a 1:39.415. 1.491 off the fastest lap. Demon Boost is 6th, 1.1 behind C.O.T.A. L3 Thalfort 3 on lap 13 is 4th, 2.6 behind Red Devil. Demon Boost is P6, 2.4 behind C.O.T.A. L3 Thalfort 3 in pit straight is P4, 2.6 behind Red Devil. Demon Boost in turn 1 is 6th. L3 Thalfort 3 is P4, 2.5 behind Red Devil. C.O.T.A is 5th. L3 Thalfort 3 in pit straight is 4th, 2.9 behind Red Devil. Etonic in turn 15 is P8. L3 Thal Fork 3 on lap 15 is 4th, 2.2 behind Red Devil. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Etonic in turn 7 is P8. L3 Thal Fork 3 is P4 driving a race sim studio, 4.7 ahead of C.O.T.A. C.O.T.A. was 3.0 faster last lap. Huggy 65 in turn 15 is P7 on supers. L3 Thal Fork 3 exiting pits on softs. L3 Thal Fork 3 on lap 16 is 6th on softs. Kerry Smith is 9th. C.O.T.A. is P4, 4.3 behind Red Devil. Red Devil is 3rd, 3.8 ahead of C.O.T.A. Lungy in turn 4 is 2nd. Best lap is a 138.764. 1.796 off the fastest lap. Red Devil is 5th on mediums. Best lap is a 139.763. 2.795 off the fastest lap. Red Devil exiting pits on mediums. L3 Thal Fork 3 in turn 5 is P6 driving a race sim studio, 1.8 behind Red Devil. Etonic in turn 6 is P8 on supers. L3 Thal Fork 3 in turn 14 is P6, 1.8 behind Red Devil. Demon Boost is P4 on softs, 1.4 ahead of Red Devil. Carrie Smith exiting pits on softs. Carrie Smith is P9 on softs. Demon Boost exiting pits on supers. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Demon Boost from Australia is 7th on supers, 3.5 ahead of Etonic. L3 Thal43 is 5th, 2.3 behind Red Devil. L3 Thal43 was 25.8 faster last lap. Poppy 199 exiting pits on supers. Poppy 199 is 3rd on supers, 0.7 behind C.O.T.A. Demon Boost on lap 18 is 7th, 1.6 behind Huggy 65. Demon Boost passed Huggy 65 for P6. Poppy 199 is P3, 1.2 behind C.O.T.A. Huggy 65 exiting pits on ultras. Poppy 199 passed C.O.T.A. for 2nd. L3 Thal43 is 5th. C.O.T.A. on lap 20 is P2, 2.0 behind Poppy 199. Lungy exiting pits on supers. L3 Thal43 is P5, 2.2 behind Red Devil. C.O.T.A. is 2nd on mediums, 2.7 behind Poppy 199. C.O.T.A. was 19.7 faster last lap. L3 Thal43 is 5th driving a race sim studio, 1.4 behind Red Devil. C.O.T.A. from Australia in turn 1 is 2nd, 2.2 behind Poppy 199. L3 Thalfort 3 is 5th, 1.0 behind Red Devil. Minutes remaining in the session. C.O.T.A is second on mediums, 1.7 behind Poppy 199. Red Devil is 4th. C.O.T.A is second, 1.6 behind Poppy 199. C.O.T.A was 1.0 faster last lap. Demon Boost is 6th. C.O.T.A in turn 12 is P2, 0.8 behind Poppy 199. Carrie Smith in turn 10 is 9th. C.O.T.A in turn 2 is second, 1.2 behind Poppy 199. Red Devil in turn 1 is 4th on mediums. C.O.T.A is second, 0.6 behind Poppy 199. C.O.T.A was 0.7 faster last lap. Carrie Smith is 9th. Etnic is P7. C.O.T.A is P2, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. Demon boost is P6, 4.3 behind L3 Thal 3. 5 minutes remaining in the session. C.O.T.A in turn 18 is second, 1.1 behind Poppy 199. L3 Thal 3 in turn 12 is P5. C.O.T.A is second, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. L3 Thal 3 in pit straight is 5th driving a race sim studio. C.O.T.A in turn 13 is second, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. Red Devil is P4. C.O.T.A in turn 1 on lap 26 is P2, 0.5 behind Poppy 199. Huggy 65 in turn 11 on lap 25 is P8 on Ultras. C.O.T.A is P2. Best lap is a 136.968. Lungy is P3 on Supers driving a race sim studio. C.O.T.A is second. Demon Boost is 6th, 4.0 behind L3 Thal 3. Lungy in turn 3 is third. Demon Boost from Australia is 6th, 4.0 behind L3 Thal43. Demon Boost was 1.8 faster last lap. The leader has just finished the race. Poppy 199 finished first. C.O.T.A finished P2. Lungi is P3. Lungi finished third. Red Devil finished P4. L3 Thal43 finished P5. Demon Boost finished 6th. Carrie Smith is 9th. Carrie Smith finished 9th. Etanic finished 7th. Huggy 65 finished 8th.